Recently, Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson played a new movie, Kong Skull Island, Mysterious Island, Dangerous Task, and a huge monster King Kong. I believe this will attract a lot of people, so let's watch it together.
British actor Tom Hiddleston is currently starring in the new action epic Kong Skull Island, but he's perhaps still best known for his portrayal of the evil god Loki in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In this exclusive interview, Tom promises that his next appearance as the popular character is sure to please fans.
So Thor Ragnarok is released in November this year, and it'll be really fun. Amazing cast, joining myself and Chris Hemsworth, Kate Blanchett, Jeff Goldblum, Tessa Thompson. You know, these are great actors coming to join what we already know. And Kate Blanchett is playing the goddess Death, and the clue is in the title.
Meanwhile, for Kong Skull Island, the handsome star had to put in a lot of work.
I'm playing a former Special Forces soldier, so I had to get in shape, because the SAS, they have an extraordinary training program, so I knew it was going to be a physical shoot. And I read a lot around the 60s and 70s. It's a fascinating time to study, actually. Political change, social change, technological change. For me, that really helps if I understand the context of the period, and this is set in 1973.
Although it was indeed a very demanding shoot, Hiddleston enjoyed visiting the film's many locations.
There was a week of running through a swamp in early March of 2016, and the swamp itself was absolutely beautiful to look at, and quite cold to run through. The water was quite cold, so doing that day after day just took a little bit of resilience. But mostly it was so exciting to be in these places, you know, and not be in the studio, not be in the green screen environment, because the more you have that's tangibly around you, the easier it is to imagine you're on a desert island.
Fans of Tom have a lot to look forward to this year. Kong Skull Island opens on the 10th of March, while Thor Ragnarok arrives in cinemas on the 3rd of November. The new blockbuster flick, Kong Skull Island, is full of intense action and special effects. In this exclusive interview, star Brie Larson tells us that working on the film helped prepare her for her next role, joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the superhero Captain Marvel.
I hope so. I mean, in its own way, it's a completely different thing, but yeah, I do have more skills to work with a green screen now than I did before.
Since winning an Oscar for her performance in Room, Larson's star has been on the rise in Hollywood, but this was her first big action flick.
There was a learning curve that I needed to catch up on. I hadn't worked with a green screen, I hadn't worked with, looking at things that weren't there and imagining what it was like to be scared from a monster that isn't really there. And so that's where Tom stepped in and was really helpful, and I was able to speak with Jordan quite a bit about just what their eyes looked like, these things that aren't there that you need to try and imagine.
That would be director Jordan Vogt-Roberts and co-star Tom Hiddleston that Brie's referring to. But Tom isn't the only big-name actor in the movie's star-studded cast.
That was really amazing. I mean, I got to be in Vietnam in the middle of nowhere with Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman. I mean, that's pretty once-in-a-lifetime type of experience.
So now that we know that Brie's better prepared to make her Marvel debut, what can we expect when we finally see her in her superhero costume?
Oh, I can't say anything.
And there is some latest movie news.
Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake are getting animated again for a Trolls sequel. The actors will reprise their roles as Poppy and Branch in the movie, which is set for release in 2020. It's unclear if the directors of Trolls will return though. The first Trolls film, which was inspired by the popular dolls, also starred Zooey Deschanel, Gwen Stefani and Quvenzhané Wallis. Timberlake served as a music producer on the film, and his track Can't Stop the Feeling was nominated for Best Original Song at the recent Academy Awards. It's still very early days for the animated movie, so expect plenty more details to come as more stars get confirmed. Patrick Stewart is keen to hit the Broadway stage with his Logan co-star Hugh Jackman. Now both actors have stepped away from the X-Men franchise. Patrick revealed that fans will hopefully get the opportunity to see him working alongside Hugh again, as they're keen to do something together in New York, where they both live. The 76-year-old stopped short of sharing any specific details, but dropped big hints about heading back to the stage. The two actors are no strangers to the theatre. Hugh last appeared on Broadway in a 2014 production of The River, and Patrick starred in the 2013 revival of No Man's Land. Hugh has also expressed a desire to return to London's West End. He joked that now his kids are growing up, they're at the age where they want him to go away, so now's the perfect time. Will Smith has cast his son Jaden to star opposite model-turned-actress Cara Delevingne in a romantic drama, Life in a Year. In the film, Jaden will play a 17-year-old boy trying to help his dying girlfriend experience their dream life together in just 12 months. Executives at Will Smith's Overbrook Entertainment will co-produce the film, which is expected to begin shooting this spring in Toronto, Canada. The role marks Jaden's return to the big screen since director M. Night Shyamalan's 2013 After Earth, in which he starred alongside his superstar dad. The 18-year-old went on to shoot the TV movie Brothers in Atlanta in 2016 and the Netflix hip-hop drama series The Get Down. Meanwhile, Life in a Year will be Cara's second time working with Will. They previously appeared together in the comic book adaptation of Suicide Squad, in which the British beauty portrayed June Moon, aka Enchantress, and the 48-year-old actor portrayed supervillain Deadshot.
Coming up are some music tops.
Pop superstar Lorde has revealed she'll officially make her much-anticipated musical comeback at the beginning of March. The 20-year-old star made the announcement via a TV advert featuring her riding in a car listening to her new music while sipping a soft drink in a takeaway cup. At the end of the short clip, the date of her return is revealed with 2 timestamps. It initially caused some confusion, but the timestamps are for her native New Zealand and for New York. And with the time difference, the album is technically released on different days. The Royal singer dropped her acclaimed debut album Pure Heroine back in 2013 and has not released any new music since 2014, when her track Yellow Flicker Beat appeared on the soundtrack for the movie The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
Welcome back, Lorde. Every year, there will be so many amazing music festivals around the world. Like we all know, Glastonbury, Burning Man, Coachella. In this year of Coachella's festival, Lady Gaga hopes to replace Beyoncé, the Coachella's headliner. This year must be the year of Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is in secret talks to replace headline Beyoncé at the Coachella Festival, according to reports. The single lady singer's pregnancy forced her to pull out of the 2-weekend California event, and music fans were quick to suggest Gaga would be the perfect stand-in, putting her at the top of a Billboard wishlist poll, ahead of Rihanna, Adele, Lana Del Rey and Nicki Minaj. Now it seems Coachella bosses were listening, and according to trusted sources, they're finalizing plans to bring the singer's stage production to the festival in April. The Poker Face singer will hopefully headline both Saturdays of the event. She's also gearing up for a world tour, which kicks off in Vancouver, Canada on the 1st of August. And following her Super Bowl performance, 2017 is definitely the year of Gaga.